Throughout my career, I have never counted on recognition or awards. Prejudice and mistrust have always been part of my journey. But most often, it was when success seemed particularly close. They couldn't pigeonhole me. I was from Iraq, or I'm a woman, or I was crazy.
For centuries, women were told to wait to be chosen, wait to be heard, wait for permission, to learn, to speak, to lead, to dream. Their names faded into the silence of history, the artists, the thinkers, the pioneers, forgotten or erased. Even those who dared to rise paid a price. Exhaustion, loneliness, the endless burden of proving, again and again, that they belonged.
What women are allowed into the club of geniuses anyway?
And who always declares genius?
Our work's been nominated for the Nobel Prize. The commendation only mentions my name.
I cannot boast of knowing more than half a dozen women in all my acquaintance that are truly accomplished.
I'm just a woman. And as a woman, there's no way for me to make my own money. Not enough to earn a living or to support my family.
Women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts. And they've got ambition and they've got talent as well as just beauty.
But that world is breaking because we are building a new one. A world where brilliance has no gender, where ambition is not shameful, where motherhood and leadership walk side by side, where freedom isn't asked for, it's claimed.
100 years ago, it was inconceivable for a woman to be a college graduate.
First female professor at the Sorbonne.
A promotion well overdue for Frances to the world's.
And the choice between motherhood or ambition is not a compromise.
I want a home, I want a family. That's not something I'll sacrifice.
No one's asking you to sacrifice that, Joan. I just want you to understand that you can do both.
In the 70s, the whole world started to look at the American working woman and what she symbolized, and changing the way everybody looked at the role of women.
Only high-powered, neurotic, castrating Manhattan career bitches wear black. Is that what you want to be?
Ever since I was a little girl.
No, my mother said, Cheryl, when you get older, I wish you'd hurry to get older so that you would settle down and marry a rich man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man. At least in my business, where people walk into a room and they look around and they see 3 women and 9 men, and they think there's something wrong.
It was really like the first generation of women that were told that you could have it all, that you could have a family, you could have a career.
Oh, come on, you guys. It doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to lose yourself to have a kid. I know plenty of cool, hip mothers who live in the city and who still have great careers and stuff.
Who?
They still whisper. They still try to define who we are allowed to be.
You are a princess. I expect you to act like one.
Be a lady, they said. Don't talk too loud. Don't talk too much. Don't be intimidating. Why are you so miserable?
We teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you can have ambition, but not too much.
Good wife lets her husband think that everything's his idea, even when it's not.
You should aim to be successful, but not too successful.
Great. She brings home a sword. If you ask me, she should have brought home a man.
Excuse me.
If you are the breadwinner in your relationship with a man, you have to pretend that you're not, especially in public. Otherwise, you will emasculate him.
Most men are threatened by successful women. If you want to get these guys, you have to keep your mouth shut and play by the rule.
There are no rules if you're a boy. If you're a girl, you have to play the game. What is that game? You are allowed to be pretty and cute and sexy, but don't act too smart. Don't have an opinion.
We see how deeply the "you must" mindset runs through our culture. It lived in the voices of our parents, in cartoons that taught girls to wait for rescue, in films where a woman's power was measured by a smile. They no longer shout, they whisper, but we've stopped listening.
And she's banned from seeing certain children's movies, right?
Yeah.
What are they?
Cinderella, banned, because, you know, she waits around for a rich guy to rescue her. Don't rescue yourself, obviously.
You need a handsome prince. That's what you need, a prince. No, I don't need a prince. This is a special power. I don't need a prince.
Because now we hear something else. Our own voices, our truth, our fire. We don't raise girls to be liked. We raise them to be alive. To feel everything, to fall and rise. To take up space and then make it sacred. Not to wait for a prince, but to trust the wings they were born with.
That little baby is all grown up and saving China.
You is smart. You is kind. You is important.
It's quite unlikely that you're going to end up being a singer for your career. And the kind of artists I like, they're top 10, you know, they're Britney and they're Spice Girls and they're Backstreet Boys.
Hello, can you hear me? Girl, you're going to be a woman. You need to get a job, not a husband. You get the husband if you fall in love. There's nothing more important than love, of course, tenderness and affection. There's nothing more important for every human being, woman, man, children. We need love. But the priority for a young girl nowadays is to find a job.
When you're next faced with a challenge, don't say you can't, because I'm living proof that you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it.
I'm a woman and I can do anything. That's what I know now, believe in, and how I live. I can have everything I want. I'm ready to work for it, ready to put in the effort, to dream big, think big, and work hard. Big goals, bold choices.
To everyone who gave me hell and said I could not, that I would not, that I must not. Your resistance made me stronger, made me push harder, made me the fighter that I am today, made me the woman that I am today.
This is no longer about competition. This is about connection.
We all look different, speak different, but we are the same.
When one woman speaks, she echoes. When many rise, they shift the world.
It's important to understand that there are so many scripts, so many opportunities in this world, and finally we can be who we want to be. Finally, we can achieve self-fulfillment. Finally, we can build careers. Finally, we can start businesses. Finally, we can choose our destiny and build our lives the way we think is right, not leaving it up to anyone else.
This is for the ones who dare, the ones who create, the ones who carry light into dark rooms and say, "Follow me."